It all began on a scorching hot day in June 1926 at the Galata Pier. Abdülkerim Bey, the legendary enforcer of the Unionists, stood watching the departure, but this was no ordinary journey. On board that ship were the former deputy of Lazistan, Ziya Hoshit, and his team of hitmen, setting sail for Izmir. Their target was monumental: to assassinate Mustafa Kemal Pasha. As Abdülkerim waited on the pier, he was consumed by fear and suspicion. He did not trust Ziya Hoshit's reckless, gambler nature, and he felt the eyes of the police were already upon him. But there was no turning back now. As he famously put it, the arrow had left the bow. However, the grand plan was shattered by an unexpected betrayal. Following a tip-off from Giritli Shevki, the assassination plot was exposed in Izmir before it even began. The news hit Istanbul like a bombshell. The danger bells began to ring loudly for the old cadres of the Unionists. Abdülkerim rushed to the home of the former Minister of Provisions, Kara Kemal Bey, to assess the situation and plan an escape. When Abdülkerim explained the gravity of the situation, he had absolutely nothing to do with the assassination. But Abdülkerim revealed the bitter truth. The organizers had fabricated a lie, telling the hitmen Kara Kemal is behind us to give them courage. Kara Kemal immediately realized that this was not a legal case, but a political reckoning. To surrender now meant accepting the gallows. There was only one choice left: they had to run. First, they sought refuge in Semra Hanım's mansion, but the city was not safe. Driven by the constant fear of capture, they moved to a sanctuary they believed was secure: the Pasha farm near Terkos. Here they were under the protection of Dervish Kahya. Even while feeling the cold breath of death on his neck, Abdülkerim could not abandon his old habits. He began chasing the wife of the coal miner at the farm, risking everything. Meanwhile, the newspapers were screaming headlines about the confessions of the assassins, the arrested pashas, and the Black Gang. The safe days at the farm did not last long. Informants and the gendarmerie had pinpointed their location. When the raid struck in the middle of the night, Abdülkerim reverted to his old enforcer instincts. In the ensuing clash, he killed the informant Toktanji Shaban, creating a distraction that allowed Kara Kemal to escape. However, in this chaos, their paths separated forever. The man who had once managed the logistics of a vast empire was now standing all alone, desperate and vulnerable. Kara Kemal knocked on the door of his childhood friend, Emin Bey, as a final hope. When he saw his exhausted, broken old friend at his door, he was terrified, yet he could not turn him away. During the short time Kara Kemal hid in Emin Bey's house, he reckoned with both the past and the future. He bitterly recounted the mistakes of the Unionists, the collapse of the empire, and the cruel law of nature he now faced. In the law of the wolves, the fallen are devoured. The end of the escape had finally come. The police surrounded Emin Bey's house. Kara Kemal refused to surrender. In that final moment, knowing capture was imminent, he put the gun to his temple and pulled the trigger. After the incident, Emin Bey was arrested and brought before the Independence Tribunal. While everyone expected him to lie or beg for forgiveness, he spoke only the naked truth. He told the judges, "I was afraid, but I couldn't bring myself to betray my friend." Thanks to this honesty, he was released. But the story didn't end there. The night Emin Bey returned home, his door knocked again. It was Abdülkerim, still on the run. However, wanting to protect her brother from further trouble, Perihan lied to Abdülkerim, telling him her brother was not there, and slammed the door in his face. When Emin Bey found out what had happened, it was too late. He rushed into the street, screaming into the pitch-black darkness, "Friend, the friend looking for Emin! I am here!" But there was no answer. Abdülkerim was gone. Emin Bey had survived, perhaps, but he was left all alone, with a conscience that would haunt him forever.